Okay, so we're going to jump into battles, and I'm going to go for epic battles right here. I might actually have this in a different section. Yeah, here we go. So we've got the Battle of Milvian Bridge, as well as the Great Conspiracy. These are two really, really neat battles that I wanted to take a look at, but of course we need to prioritize probably one. So I think we are going to take a look at the Milvian Bridge here. Emperor Diocletian's attempt to provide a stable leadership framework following the 3rd century crisis, with an elaborate system of 2 senior Augusti ruling and then resigning in favor of their 2 junior Caesars, foundered on the dynastic ambitions of the military leaders, and the troops' loyalty to their own officers rather than a vague concept of the empire. By 312 AD, the veteran British and Rhine border armies of Constantine were fighting their way down the Italian peninsula. I jumped. Armies of Constantine fighting their way down the Italian peninsula towards Rome. I guess not. Held by Maxentius. And for those of you wondering how I got the Maxentius name, Agrippa Maxentius, my most hated emperor, so that's how I got the last name. Little is known of the actual battle, as contemporary sources were more concerned with Constantine's supposed conversion to Christianity following a vision on the eve of battle. And the symbol that they're talking about here that apparently allowed Constantine to win the battle was basically the sign of the cross, or sign of the cross sort of tilted, so like an X and then a P on top of it. And that was sort of apparently a vision he had, and because of that, he was able to beat Maxentius and secure power, of course. So we're going to jump in here. I'm pretty sure we'd be playing as Constantine. It would be pretty anticlimactic if we end up playing as Maxentius. So let's hope that we are playing as Constantine here. And I believe we are. So Emperor Diocletian, Roman A against Roman B. Pretty straightforward. Let's move forward. Hello, Nikephoros. How you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see everybody, of course. Okay, Central Italy, Battle of the Milvian Bridge. So we'll take a look at our forces here. And again, I want to reiterate, this is made by Odonatheus. So this was actually made by a modder. He did an amazing job. Just look at the Praetorian prefects here. Remember that the Praetorian Guard, in a lot of cases, were the ones that actually selected emperors. If they had an emperor that didn't pay them enough or that they didn't like, into the river Tiber he'd go. Or they'd just kill him right there in the palace. So these guys do have a tremendous amount of power. I'm immediately going to move forward with my full army. I want to see who I have on my side. And we have Magister Militarum Intra Italiam. We might actually be playing as Maxentius. Yes, we are! We're playing as Maxentius. Oh my gosh. This is me, guys. The battle as Maxentius. So, of course, this is my most hated emperor. Now, he was a pagan, and Constantine, of course, was a Christian. So our forces want to keep those old gods of Rome in power. We want them to keep being worshipped, whereas the Christians across the way want to stop that practice and bring in the worship of course, Jesus Christ. So here we go. Got a whole bunch of enemies. And our armies look pretty similar. They are made up of very similar forces, of course. So this should be an interesting little fight here, guys. I love how Odonatheus always adds these additions, sort of like the enclosures, the camps, so you can kind of imagine where all of these troops would come from. Hello, Jaculus. All right, here we go, guys. So now I might start... No, I think I'm still going to start advancing forward like a crazy person. At least for one more move. I feel pretty confident with this army, and we don't want our backs to the river. The way Maxentius actually died was he was on this bridge, this pontoon bridge, trying to cross the Tiber, and he had a bunch of armor on. Obviously, probably didn't know how to swim. You know, he's royalty. Probably kind of wasn't really a swimming type guy. And he actually fell into the Tiber, you know, after the bridge collapsed and died. So probably drowned. He could have been stabbed. No one really knows. Let's go ahead and start firing at the Lanciari. I like that. We've got some new units here. I will move forward with some of these archer units if it allows me to get a shot off. Nope. Wonder why this guy's able to shoot such a long distance. Sagittari. Ah, okay, so these Sagittari troops, look at that, guys. If you look at the unit icon, looks pretty neat, I must say. I think I'm going to keep things just even for now. Again, very, very static approach. We must keep paganism in Rome. I'm sure Christianity would still have dominated eventually, but... Are you following the YouTube stream as well, Muso? Are there a lot of people in the YouTube channel? If there are, tell me how many. I want to know. For those of you watching us on YouTube, hello and welcome. And make sure to also join us on Twitch. That's where we do a lot of our discussions, things like that. YouTube is where we upload our videos afterwards. But, you know, hey, watch both by all means. Open up both on your browser and watch at the same time. Turn off the volume on one. That way you can participate in both communities. Okay, here we go. And we are on the Via Flaminia. This is, of course, a very, very well-known road at the time. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save here. Roma. Because I want to take a look. And hopefully we don't lose the screen. Oh, you're following a streamer who's streaming EA. Huge guy. Fair enough, fair enough. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's get back to the game here. So let's start firing over here at the enemy. So he's out of shooting range. So apparently these Lanciati, they do have javelins, but they're really combat troops. Like, they're actually made to jump into combat and fight us that way. I didn't expect that, so I'm moving them back. I don't want these guys to be our front lines. So let's move forward here. Move our archers back as well. And we're just basically getting our entire line forward. All of our legions. Gomes Africae. The names get cooler and cooler. Get the Sagittari up. They probably won't be able to fire this turn, but maybe next turn. And I'm going to start moving my cavalry out to position here. I'd really like to turn it, but I don't think we're going to get enough action points to do that as well. However, some of it can already arrive to kind of turn diagonally here. So that will help big time. And let's take a closer look at these cavalry units. These guys look pretty beastly, man. They definitely know what they're doing. Okay. Getting up right close and personal to the enemy. And once again, I'm getting all of those militia out of the way. I might make... No, I was going to say, I might go ahead and make an exception with these guys on the left, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to do the same exact thing with them and hope that our legions can hold up against their legions. Again, these are very, very even armies. So it's going to be interesting to see how things take hold, let's say. I think we'll move forward a little bit more with the ballista. And of course, we're still trying to go for their flanks with our units. We have some Equites. I'm sure many of you know the Equites standard Roman Cavalry. But we also have these incredible Equites Cataphracti. So I guess the Romans eventually took the idea of the Cataphracts and sort of incorporated that into their own army. Because they are still technically Equites, but with Cataphract training. So really interesting stuff there. The armies are just epic, especially when modders get involved. And that's exactly what happened here. We could try to attack, yeah. Okay, so I guess here we can throw. We have to be one tile away to throw. That makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense. Also got this unit on the Milvian Bridge, or on the pontoon bridge. I think it is referred to as the Milvian Bridge, hence the name of the battle, but maybe there's another bigger bridge, but I think it's that pontoon bridge because that is where Maxentius fell. Boom, they held firm, but we took down 36. Not too shabby. And we've, of course, got Emperor Maxentius back here. I think the only thing I really need from him is for him to provide some support, really. All right, let's move forward with the Fundibaladi. Got some very interesting names here. The Fundibalati seem to be pretty good. We're going to end the turn, guys, and turn it over to Constantine. We are definitely the bad guys in this battle. At least history would have us believe so. And they've got us up against a river. And once again, this was a time in Roman history where, you know, as was mentioned in the explanation of this battle, where Roman generals, it was basically just a bunch of warlords that would just take emperorships from one another. You know, occasionally one would hold on to power for a few months or maybe a year or two, and then his own guards, his Praetorian guards, would murder him and elect one of their favorite guards as the new emperor. So, you know, at this point in history, the emperor, being an emperor of Rome, is not something I would wish upon my worst enemy, because your power was going to be challenged. And in this case, of course, Maxentius's power is challenged by Constantine. And, of course, he's going to have to fight him. You know, he has to fight. It's not a time of peace or anything. No peace, no prosperity. This is a time of total war. So let's go ahead and try to knock these guys down. We're very close to some weak units. And I'm hoping what we can do here is not only use our strength to destroy these units, but maybe trap some of these archer units over here in such a way that we can go ahead and charge them with little to no consequence. Now, we've got this Magister Militum Intra Italium. I have no idea if this is a very good or bad unit. We can see that it's medium foot. The quality is above average. It is protected by armor, and it's definitely mostly a swordsman unit. It's got an interesting look to it, and the whole Intra Italium Militum Magister makes me think that this guy probably has some pretty good training. So we're going to charge here. Enemy's going to evade. I guess that means we're going to smash into this enemy. Maybe. Maybe not. I'd also like to turn and fire here, but I think the best thing to do in this case is to move back because we are going to make first contact. So let's go ahead and charge. Of course, they're going to evade. Okay, there we go. The battle begins, guys. The legions are fighting at this point. This is truly survival of the fittest, essentially. Come on, boys. I'll charge over here. And again, I'm almost just doing these charges to get into position. I'm not even really doing them with any actual reason in terms of catching any of these archers. I don't expect we're going to catch them anyway. Let's also move forward here with our Praetorian Guard. And this one just has Praetorian Prefect as the name. I kind of hope he gets killed because more than likely, even if I do win this battle, he'll be the next one to try and cut my head off and take the throne for himself. So let's keep that in mind. All right, we do seem to be outmatching the enemy here in numbers so far. That could change. And I hope we can get a charge. No, we can't get a charge here, unfortunately. But maybe we can start getting a charge very soon with some of these cavalry units. So I really want to get these cavalry units in a position where they will be able to charge next turn here. You guys see what I'm doing? And we'll do the same with these guys. In fact, we could already start attacking their units here. I just noticed that they have these Equites Sibanati. So we have to move very quickly with our units if we want this to be effective. I think we pretty much did an okay job there. Let's move forward over here. Throw some missiles here, and then we'll get out of this area. Never like Equites Sagittarii annoying me. These are basically Roman horse archers. As for the cavalry, yeah, we definitely want to start turning the cavalry this way, once again, towards the enemy units. In fact, we might be able... Oh, yes, we can definitely get a charge here. Let's go for it, guys. With the Cataphracts, the Equites Cataphracts, 129. We fragmented them on the first charge. That is incredible. Wow. So that was an extremely vicious charge. I don't think I've ever seen a unit broken that quickly. I've probably seen it a few times, but that is very rare. So our guys are definitely fighting a very, very, very tough battle. All right, let's grab the ballista here. Can we hit any of the enemy? I'm surprised we can't hit anything here. It really is surprising. But I'm going to keep my position. Wish our men luck, guys, because this particular turn is going to really... It's going to be the tail of the tape. It's going to let us know who's going to win, who's going to lose. Mr. EL Sam, I don't think I tried that one. Oh, cool. Hey, how's it going, Yogic Fire? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I might have missed a shot, Yogic Fire. Would not be surprised. And yes, please do vote for the user's choice. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. If we can answer your questions, we will do our best. All right, let's end the turn. Here we go. Nice, fragmenting another enemy unit. All right, the enemy is charging us, just as expected. Hopefully what we can do is roll up their charge and basically attack them from the flanks. Because, yeah, this is, like I said, an all-out attack all across the line from the enemy forces. There we go. We actually disrupted some of them. Nicely done. Oh, they disrupted some of our men. This is going to be happening. And again, this is a battle of ideology for sure. Christianity against paganism. There we go. We broke one of their cavalry units, and I hope that our guy is going to go ahead and attack that disrupted unit. But it looks like he's stopping right there. Beautiful. First blood for our side. I'm loving it. Okay. So right here, we could immediately get the Magister Militarum to charge. That's what I'm going to do. And we just killed the enemy general. I'm pretty sure it was a sub-general. It may have been the main general for the enemy army, but the Auxilia Palatina just died. Did we kill Constantine? I don't think so. In fact, I'm going to search him out. I'm kind of hoping we didn't kill Constantine. I wanted the bad guy to be around for a while. Of course, he's the bad guy in our eyes. Let's see if we can find Constantine over here. There he is. So Emperor Constantine is still alive, for sure. However, that was pretty cool. Let's see. First things first, going for the charge would be really risky in this situation. I'd rather go ahead and try to roll the enemy up this way. But it looks like actually that charge wouldn't work out as well as I expected. That's weird. What about this one? Not really. All right, let's fire over here at the Auxilia. Of course, the Auxilia are, you know, they have certain defenses. They're not the best unit in the game, without a doubt. They're definitely not the best. They're sort of, you know, one step above militia, I would say. All right, we're getting our cavalry behind their lines. And let's take a look here at the question. So as far as I know, rally works, and I could be mistaken, but I believe it's based, yeah, I think the amount of generals you have on the field does determine whether or not you're going to rally faster. But I think every turn in which a unit is running away, I'm sure plenty of factors are taken into account. And the creator of the actual game itself, Richard Bobley Scott, takes a lot of different things into account. I would assume that there's probably a roll to rally if you're far enough away from the enemy, if you've been running a few turns, if your generals are still alive, etc. You know, I would say those things determine it, but I'm not 100% sure on it, to be honest with you. Go ahead and fire. Yeah. I might go ahead and start a fight with this guy. The loss chance is just too high. We need to receive these attacks, honestly. All right, here we can go for it. Here we can also go for it. With our Praetorian Prefect. Show us your loyalty, Prefect. And, oh yeah, here we can definitely go for it. We want to try and catch these guys, though. If not catch them in an actual attack, at least try and hit them for as much damage as possible. But I think these guys we need to go ahead and charge. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to charge these guys here. I'll send in this legion as well. You can see the legions look a lot different than they used to, of course. You know, this is, what is it, 412 AD, or 312 AD, excuse me. you know, they're going to look quite different. So there we go, impact charge on the archers. They did actually hold the charge, which I'm happy about, because that means we can attack them next turn. With this unit, I'm going to go ahead and start firing at the enemy. Got some Cataphracts troops here. Maybe they can make a difference next turn. This unit I'm moving here, and I'm turning it towards the enemy. And we might even be able to charge with this Equitis Mode unit. Yeah, I'm going for it. I might even charge with these Fundilbari, but I think they've already attacked. So unfortunately, we can't do that. Maybe something for next turn. Okay, here we go. We do still have a shot with this unit, but no units in sight as far as I can tell. This is where I'm really tempted to attack, but I just know it's not a good idea. So I'm staying back for now. Then again, temptation, temptation. I'm just going to move the Legion forward. How about that? That'll satiate my bloodlust. We'll move forward a bit. We'll send these guys forward again once, you know, they've run away for now, so we'll send them back to the front. I'm not sure they're going to be able to really help much because the enemy is currently just locked in combat with all of our troops. But if they could get off a few arrow shots at, you know, some of the enemies that haven't yet gotten to battle, hey, the more the merrier, right? Got some Limitane troops as well. I'm not really expecting them to do much during this battle. Come on, boys. Oh, another general killed on the enemy side, guys. We killed 2 of their generals. I think 1 remains plus Constantine. So we have killed 2 enemy generals here. It's not looking good for Constantine's vision. And remember, for those of you that don't know, that's the PX symbol, which he believed helped him win the battle and was supposedly given to him as sort of divine inspiration by God. He was one of the first that truly embraced Christianity. Oh, they're fighting back. Look at that against Cataphracts. Yeah, I didn't think that was very smart. They did hold firm, but we definitely killed 99 of them with only about 30 losses to our own men. I'd say that's pretty good on our end. Now, they are attacking the Cataphracts again, man. Once again, 69 dead on their end. It looks like our Cataphracts are putting up a pretty good fight. I don't know which emperor decided to create a Cataphract division for the Roman army, but God bless him. That guy is awesome. 120. They held firm. Come on. Okay, we actually had some troops rally, guys. It's exactly what we want to hear. I'm guessing that that rally happened because of the death of the enemy general. We're starting to see that we have the upper hand in the melee combat. Although situations like that, as you can see, dispel that notion pretty quickly. There we go. Same on their end. Wow, look at that. Yeah, he had to retreat. Had no choice there. Hold on, boys. Hold on. There we go. They held firm again? Really? All right, let's go. First of all, we're going to try to roll them up right here. I mean, I'm amazed these guys are holding firm. I can't charge because the zone of control is being disputed right now. And we've also got some enemy cavalry closing in. So I'm going to, first of all, fire at them. But second of all, sort of start setting up for an attack. We need to make this attack happen really quickly. So they're fragmented. Can we attack again? No, we can't. What about these guys? Wow, we wouldn't actually win that fight. What if we got behind the enemy? Oh, yeah. So, again, we're using not the right troops for the job, mind you, but they did an okay job, actually, there. Yeah, we're definitely going to charge. The percentage isn't great, but it's also not awful. What about here? Yeah, I think we would definitely win in melee combat. You also have to keep in mind, when you have this many men attacking one unit, they're losing men very quickly. They had 1,425 men. They're now down to 1,173. That might not sound like a massive loss, but believe me, it really starts to add up. Let's also move these guys forward. Turn and fire. We should have turned and fired actually at the Legion here, but that's okay. Once again, we wouldn't do very well. I'm actually going to move forward with the Lanciadae, excuse me. Hopefully they'll attack the Lanciadae, then they'll be trapped here by this unit, the Legio Comatensis, and we can even maybe bring in Emperor Maxentius to smash them over there. So I think that'll actually work out for us pretty well. Now this is the situation I'm more worried about. We've got a great position with our cavalry, but it seems that we can only attack certain units right this second. We're going to have to wait until next turn to get the really good attacks. And over here, the enemy cavalry is overwhelming us. So I'm going to try and get these equites in line. But as you can see, a lot of very heavy enemy cavalry, just regular equites that are moving up on our flanks. They were a bit more patient than we were. And I think I'm actually going to bring in the Cataphracts to help against that cavalry unit. Let's do the same with these guys. Fire away, boys. Go for it. Yeah, we just broke a unit. The Magister Militarum broke a unit and disrupted another, guys. These Magister Militarum guys seem to be alright, I have to say. I'm really liking the Magister Militarum. Once again here, you can see the reason I'm not doing this charge, the loss is 21%, the win is 8%. It's just, it's really not that good, unfortunately. So our chance of winning is very low. Yeah, let's fire at this unit right here. The Auxilia is already considering retreating, and we're going to try and help them with that consideration. And of course, this takes our cavalry out of the running for the flank charge, but that's why we've got the Magister Militarum here. Alright, let's move forward. Move forward. Okay, we'll end the turn. Again, so far we're up by 5%, so I'm pretty excited about that, but a lot could happen, as you could imagine. Crush them with the strength of Jupiter, boys. Very concentrated attacks, and they're doing exactly what I worried they would do, and that is bringing their cavalry in for a major charge. Their cavalry could be the turning point in this battle, which I don't believe was the actual turning point at the actual Battle of Milvian Bridge. I think it was the infantry charging across the bridge, and of course somebody cut the supports to the bridge when the Emperor Maxentius was on it, or the weight of the men on the pontoon bridge alone tore it down, which in my opinion was probably what happened. When you have a bunch of armored men on a bridge, pontoon bridge, mind you, it's not unlikely that that thing is going to completely just, you know, fall into the water. 33, there we go. Some more melee damage to the enemy. Obviously, swimming in heavy armor is not easy. Neither is removing it, which makes sense in terms of the drowning. 126, they held firm. The enemy is definitely, and it could be because of the prophecy, of course, from Constantine, but they are very, very brave. They're, you know, in situations where other enemies would have broken already, they're actually holding on. Right there, we finally got a break. Took a long time, though, and for an archer unit, that's pretty dramatic for it to take that long to get a break. Now, what about a charge here? This could work next turn pretty well, believe it or not. And there's still a tiny chance for a win. I almost want to take the risk. But let's see what else we can do first. Of course, with that general unit, the Praetorian Guard, he can absolutely fight through some of the enemy here and actually do pretty well in the close combat. Also, if you see the flag of the enemy, it's sort of like in tatters right now. That's just letting us know that they're losing a lot of men. So, gives us a little bit of an insight into the state of their unit. Could also do a flank charge here. No, it wouldn't be a flank charge. Well, we're going to charge with our Magister Militarum. It looks like we disrupted the enemy. Man, that's annoying that they can just run after a disruption. Let's fire. Definitely going to fire again. If they're going to run away, we are going to shoot them down. And we can't move through with any of our units. That's a really frustrating proposition, the fact that they're able to do that. Let's go ahead and charge here. 36. I don't like using Limitane as support troops, but you know what? We got to use them eventually anyway. So let's go ahead and send them through. And what else can we do here? And the Cataphracts might be breaking soon. Right, the only reason I'm doing this charge is so we can attack with our missile cavalry here. That's the only reason I did that. As for fighting against the enemy, 9% win. Oh man, we are in trouble. There's no doubt about that. We might want to try and break through here immediately. So we've already broken through there as much as we can. What about through this unit? If we don't make it through, boys, we die. Gotta cut through the enemy faster than that. Yeah, I'm taking the risk. I think we need to right now. Oh, 117. Our men did hold firm, thankfully, but that is a brutal defense by the enemy. They're not playing around here, guys. They are not playing around. Yeah, we're going to send the Magister forward. Actually, this is the Auxilia Palatina. Excuse me. Fire. Fire. Yeah, we would not do well. And I'm not understanding. The zone of control is controlled by the Equites. How is that? Those are our own troops. All right, fair enough. I'm not going to argue with the game mechanics. Let's just go ahead and... Still going to attempt the charge, even though we're actually not really winning this fight. Yeah, I'm going to have to charge these guys. I don't think I have a choice. Even if we lose the charge, if we can hold firm, maybe eventually we can do some sort of attack here. It's not looking good. I'll try to get the Equites out of here. They can charge these units. But overall, the cavalry situation is not good for our army at all. Not at all. Trying to see if we should do any individual combats or if we should wait. Move up javelin, Bruce says. Definitely. Yeah, the javelins would help, especially when the enemy units, or our units even, sort of pull back after an especially a ferocious attack. Good call by Bruce there. So we'll move the javelins up, throw them at that already pretty badly wounded unit. Not much we can do with these guys. So we will end the turn. Hope for the best, guys. Here we go. 2 enemy generals dead, and they're still fighting really well. This is a cause for concern. And of course, in the actual battle, they managed to force us across that bridge, and that's where our emperor gets killed. So are they about to do that right now? Who knows? So far, though, 11% of the enemy army has retreated. 0% of our army has retreated. So the battle is still technically in our favor, but when situations like that occur, for instance, it makes me lose heart. Come on, boys. Now here our cavalry will break. Yep. Called that one. And those are Cataphracts. So much for the invincibility of the Cataphracts. Here we go. Enemy dispersed. Totally dropped their weapons. And this gives us a possible chance to charge in here. We'll have to take a look at the actual situation. But I think we might get a little charge. See, that's where the archers or the javelineers would come in and do a really good job when the enemy pulls back like that and loses the fight. Yeah, that's the best time. Cataphracts against Roman Cavalry right there. Again, I want to reiterate to you guys that this battle was created by a user. So this is a mod for Legion's Triumphant, which is really neat. That even now, people have already made some mods for Legion's Triumphant. And the game has only been out, what, about a month now, Muso? Really awesome stuff. This is the part I really hate, is our cavalry having to face their cavalry. We have to win in the center if we want to win the battle. It's just that simple. Didn't think that would work. They're very close to auto-braking. Definitely going to do a flank charge here. Enemy disrupted. 108. They've broken, guys. We broke some legionnaires. Very good news for our particular men. We'll, of course, throw some javelins here with our lanciati. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Lanciati, or maybe just lanciati. We can definitely charge with Maxentius. So Maxentius is going in for the charge. Watch him get killed here. While he's doing that, I will charge in with my legion. It's just been in pretty heavy combat, but I feel confident that with the help of Maxentius, the Singulari Augusti, the real, true bodyguards of the Emperor, are going to try and fight us back here. So here the enemy looks pretty weak, but can we break them? Remember, we're just using regular equites for the job. I think I'm going to move these guys out and see if I can move the Magister Militarum in. That would be epic. Look at that. These guys have already broken one unit. And yeah, that worked out pretty well. It wasn't perfect, but I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Unfortunately, because of the zone of control, we can't attack here, which is really frustrating. But I will actually go into combat with this legion. And look at that. We got very lucky. As you can see, sometimes in the game, you can get lucky. Right there, the odds were against us for a victory, but we still actually managed to disrupt the unit a bit. They didn't like that. We could actually go ahead and attack again with the Limitane, and they would do an okay job against the enemy here. 33. Unfortunately, we can't go for the attack because of the zone of control. We could go for an attack here, but it wouldn't work out for us. In fact, I'll admit it. Our Cataphracts are not in a very good position right now. Let's hope that they don't get charged. Just saying that. Once again, trying to break this unit. And this one is going to be broken just by loss of numbers. I'm almost certain they're just going to auto-break. I'm amazed they're still holding firm. In fact, we could take a look here and see how many men they've lost. And remember, these are, just imagine, these are friends from your own city, from the townships surrounding you, etc. 657 out of 1,410 are still alive. So you've got, like, a ton of people you know that are down. Obviously, that's going to affect morale. Almost any situation. Okay. There we go. Nice little flanking charge. A surprise flanking charge, actually. Managed to take down some of the enemy here. And we are going to charge with the Auxilia Palatina. This is actually going to give us an extra attack against the enemy over here. The Equites Fedorati. But the Auxilia Palatina is actually led by a general named Comis Africae. So actually it's quite common, especially since many Romans did come from Northern Africa, provinces like that, to have Africae in the name. Or Africa. Let's get this guy over here and potentially go for a charge attack. What about the fighting here? No, it's not going to go in our favor, unfortunately. Let's take a look here at the chat. Thank you, Gary's. Yeah, I think the AI in this game is very, very good. Me included, I should have had. Oh, I do that all the time. I do that all the time. And I try not to take myself, too seriously during streams or during any strategy game because, we want to have fun too. I mean, I think that my mistakes, and yes, I've made plenty, I think any strategy gamer has, like, I look back on them and I actually laugh. Sometimes I cry. But it's rare. So this guy, I'm not going to keep chasing him. What I am going to do is turn this cavalry completely around. This would give us a perfect charge on that unit if we're able to actually catch him in a charge situation. And that means basically having him fighting one other unit so that we could hit him in the back. If he's just standing like this, I think he could actually turn around in time to face us. So let's end the turn. And so far, by the way, all of our generals are alive. Can't say the same for that enemy of ours. Ooh, disruptions. Oh, I didn't like that disruption. What do you guys think of the battle so far, though? I mean, I think this is a really cool one, man. Especially if you like, and I do love this part, sort of the intrigue in Roman politics, the back-and-forth fighting amongst generals claiming to be the emperor. I love to be able to fight Romans against Romans. It's one of the few times where, two forces of the same faction, when they're fighting against each other, I enjoy watching. It's just really fun. And you've got to keep in mind at this time, I'm sure that each of the soldiers on each side thought that they were definitely going to win. Their general was the best. He was the one to trust. And as things start falling apart around you, it's like, man, that's a real moment of reflection there. Nice Cataphracts. Oh, no. One of our units nearly breaking there. Oh, our unit broke. Now, they were just an archer unit, but remember, that's going to cause a morale check across the line. There we go. We're actually about to break one of their units. I told you guys this would happen because they have lost so many men. Although they're fragmenting some of ours as well. It's in no way a one-way battle, I'll tell you that. They're still holding firm. That guy's also... There we go, the auto broke. And that was due to just a lack of units. Looks like we've disrupted these guys due to the auto break, and maybe we could break them. No, they have actually fragmented us a bit. Man. Enemy is holding firm in many cases when they should otherwise break, or would otherwise break. 60. Come on, boys. 54, still holding firm twice. They passed that roll twice. Sometimes it does feel like the dice are against you, but I think anytime, if any of you have played miniature games, on even a real tabletop, you always feel that way. You always feel that way. Okay, well. What to do? First of all, Maxentius, charge. What? They held firm. They held firm. I'm shocked. I'm just shocked. All right, guys, we are coming to the end of this stream here. I do want to thank everybody for showing up. As always, I love to see all of your beautiful faces here at the stream. Make sure, as Musso said, to go ahead and vote for our Friday stream. We want to make sure to have that ready for you guys, so you guys can enjoy a stream on Friday, of course. At this point, one thing I want to ask is, do you guys want to see this battle continued in our next Field of Glory stream? And if you do, maybe we can make a little straw poll here. I don't know if Muso's still there. If you could just do yes or no, Muso, to do you want this battle to be continued? In which case, we will, on our next Field of Glory stream, we'll just go ahead and continue from here. Keep in mind, this is a mod. I'm not sure. I think with mods for Field of Glory 2, we should be fine. But, you know, a lot of the times when you download a mod, the mod will update and you'll lose a lot of the original data, I guess you could say. So if, you know, if that's a possibility, maybe we want to stay away from that. But I think we'll be fine. Look at that. We've broken them again. Oh, we've broken another unit. Oh, ho, ho. 2 units there. You gotta love that morale check, man. That's one of my favorite things in the game. When it's not being used against me, of course. Let's take a look here. So I'm going to save this just to make absolutely sure. We're going to save it under Roma. And this is the future of Rome right here. It really is. I mean, this battle essentially decided whether Rome would remain pagan or whether they would turn to Christianity, which of course they did turn to Christianity pretty quickly afterwards. Yes, that's awesome. Thank you, my friend. Perfect. Let's take a look here at the straw poll here. And again, this is a modded battle. I do want to thank the modders for all of their hard work. We've already got 4 votes for yes, so I think that's pretty much, yeah, we'll absolutely continue this battle in upcoming streams of Field of Glory. So keep in mind, guys, keep supporting Maxentius. What do you guys think so far? Do you guys think we're going to win this one? Let us know in the comments. I think we've got a chance to win this one. And let's see. Nikiforo says, yes, we won't. All right, sounds good. Thank you, Yogic. Perfect, guys. So we will definitely continue this one. Thank you for stopping by, as always. For those of you guys watching us on YouTube, make sure to also add us on Twitch, vice versa. And, you know, please feel free to hit that like button. Drop some suggestions in the comment box on our YouTube video as well. I always love to see them. I know I make mistakes during the battle, so your suggestions help big time. But I think we've got this battle in the bag. I think. All right, my friends, take care and have an awesome, awesome day.